Are you taking the next step in your YouTube channel and you want to get some good lighting? Well, I got some lighting on a budget for you. Today we're going to be talking about the SOKANI X600 Pro LED light and why it's perfect for you and your YouTube channel. As you start to get more and more experience in your YouTube channel, you start to experience more with composition and lighting, and you don't want to break the bank on your next lighting setup or your first lighting setup. So today I want to open up this from SOKANI. It's the X600 Pro. It's an LED light panel, and I think that it's perfect for you as a YouTuber. If you're just starting out or if you just need a cheaper set of lights that's also low profile. So let's open it up here. Comes in this nice case. What's nice about this is that almost everything you need is inside of this pack. So let's open this up here. Zips from both sides. There's also a strap for the case so you can carry it. A nice padded cover there. This is the light itself. And wedged in there are two battery chargers, or parts for the battery chargers. We're gonna leave that in there. This is the light right here. It has a red panel on the back. You see it's very low profile, it's very slim. And if you had to travel with all of your camera equipment, you know that packing light and packing thin is very important to you because you have so much gear to take with you. Okay, next inside the pack are two batteries that come with it. These are actually really good thick batteries. I believe that these are the same batteries that power the Sony, some of the Sony cameras like the C100 and the C200. But these are very good batteries to have, and it's nice that they come with it. Next, you have, in case you didn't want to go with battery power, you can actually plug in the light as well. So there's the AC adapter there. You got a remote inside of this box here. And the last couple of things here, let's open this up. You got two battery chargers and two micro USB cables. And that's everything in the pack there. In case if you didn't want to go with the battery power, you also have the option of going with a power outlet as well. Comes with a plug for that, and you can plug in the light there. So those are our power options. Okay. So let's review. We've got two battery chargers, two batteries, a power outlet, a wall plug for it, and a remote, and these two filters here. The case that it all comes in, and this beautiful LED light. Now if I turn it on, there it is. So right now I have it at 3300 Kelvin. You can actually crank up the brightness if you want to. Wow. Oh, that's bright, isn't it? That's at 66%. Let's crank it up to 100%. That's 100%. That's a pretty bright light. But let's turn it off real quick. The reason why I say that it's almost the perfect light is because you can't just hold it all the time. It has this mount right here to where you can put it on a stand. So the stand doesn't come to it, but luckily I have one right here. I feel like Mr. Rogers when he reaches down to grab something and say, I actually have one of those right here. So let's set up this stand that I have. So let's quickly take a look at the light controls on the back of the panel here. You'll notice down at the bottom on this on switch, you have two options. If you go to the left with the two lines, that's to power it on with the AC adapter. If you want to power it on with the batteries, like I have 1 and 2 installed here, you want to click to the right with that little battery icon. So let's turn it on real quick. There you go, the lighting panel lights up. But on the screen here, you'll also see that you have your brightness of 43% brightness, also your Kelvin. Let's turn that back on. But also your Kelvin of 3300 Kelvin right now. And by default, there's nothing blinking there. But when it starts to blink, it's after you click in the middle. So if I click in the middle of this knob here, You can see the temperature change as I go back. If I scroll up to 5600 Kelvin, the lighting gets cooler. But if I scroll down lower, all the way to 3200 Kelvin, you'll see it's a lot warmer. So you can control all of that there. When I'm done with that, I tap the middle button for OK. So you also have custom programming controls. You can also brighten it at 25% increments. So if I press on there, go brighter, 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 and back to, who's there? Back to 1%. 1%, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. The next to it is if you want to sync your remote to it. And then the last one on the other side there is you can change which channels they're on. So along with the custom programming, you have these two options here, the GP and the channel option. Just click in there so you can see the controls. Now with these controls here, they're actually very identical to the controls on the remote that's included with it. So my initial thoughts on this, should you get the light? Yes, and here's a few reasons. One, it's a very thin profile, so you could grab a couple of these and take them to go with you if you're doing a 2-light setup. It's very thin. Two, it's under $200. For the light and a stand, you could spend under $200 on it and get a couple of them in case you wanted to do a 2 or 3 lighting setup. This is a great setup for that. Three, I think that having the option for batteries on the back is huge because you're going to find yourself in situations to where you don't always have a power outlet that you could plug into. So having the option of the battery on the back is huge. And there's several more reasons why you should get this light. The remote's pretty cool if you need that, if you're setting up your light or you're alone and you need to set that up. But there's just so many pros, more pros than any cons that I can think of. The only con I can think of is that it doesn't come with a stand, but you can pick that up for like 20 bucks on Amazon. Probably in the link below, go check it out. But those are my first impressions on the SOKANI X600 Pro light. There's 600 LEDs in there that illuminate your subject. So if you want to support my page, support my channel, check out the links below. I get a little bit of kickback if you use those links and buy the light, but I think it's such an awesome light and I think that you should get it. I'm Roger saying, and thanks for watching.